Hi, everybody. Welcome to AITA Pod. I'm Danny Vega, joined by the inimitable Shannon D.
That's me. What does that mean? I don't even know.
Inimitable?
Yeah.
You can't imitate her.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, she's her own thing.
Oh,
like,
I love
nobody
that.
can be like her, dude.
That's right. No one can have my vocal fry.
It's the best in the
Yeah,
best.
everyone loves it.
I think it's cool, though.
Well, you kind of have one too.
Yeah.
We
I think
both do a little bit.
it's more attractive when people aren't rushing to speak and it's relaxed.
Oh, have you been trying that or something?
Yeah,
It's
I do.
the Cali boy in you now. He's a
Cali's
West
like
Coast
chill,
man.
bro.
It is really chill.
But like I just noticed too, when people speak very rapidly, it's fatiguing.
Yes.
And when you do that, you're not really listening. So it's just more effective overall.
When you're talking fast, you don't listen.
Yeah, if I'm like, Shannon, you got to hear all this and I'm going to tell you this really long story and I'm going to go and it's going to be so much. It's like, I'm not
You're
even...
not giving room for the other person to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So today we're going to slow it down, people. This episode's going to be 8 hours long. ASMR. Yeah.
I love ASMR.
Do you watch those videos?
Yeah. I actually haven't in a while. I should, because they would help relax me.
Yeah. Does it give you the tingles? Is that the aim?
The tingles, yeah. Well, when I was a little kid, I used to go to the library, and whenever the librarian was checking out the books, I would get this relaxation sensation. And I would be like, what is this? Like, I'm always so relaxed whenever the librarian is checking out books.
Oh, I can see that makes perfect
Yeah, like
sense.
the movements and like
she's
she's very
very
quiet. She's like whispering basically.
Yeah.
And so like 10 years ago, I was at a UCB show, which is a comedy theater for those of you that don't know. And this one woman was doing a character in ASMR. And I had never heard of this term or like anything about it. And I was like, oh my God, that's the thing. Like, that's the feeling. And so I like went and Googled it, and there's like a whole YouTube community. And ever since then, I just became like addicted to it. I think some people have like kind of like a weird like sexual thing about it. But for me, it's just like relaxation. But there's definitely some videos that are weird.
I'm going to send you a really weird ASMR video I made. I have it.
You made one?
One of my friends loves it. My friend Nick, shout out to Nick.
Oh, yeah.
He loves it. But
okay. Where
it's
is
just
it?
me like riffing at home, but I'm speaking so quietly. And
But you weren't meaning for it to be
No,
ASMR,
my goal was, it was actually with these mics, which are like really nice mics. And I was like, I wonder how quiet you can get. And the answer is insanely quiet. You can get so quiet.
We should do a whole episode like that.
Should we? I don't know. I think it's
They would hate
kind of creepy. Yeah. I mean, oh God. Oh, she's rubbing the mic. She's making little tiny sounds. I mean, I do think that there's a great quote from a famous mixing engineer. And I know that's very technical, but it applies to everything. And he was talking about how do you hold attention? He used to be in a band. And he said one way we would, in like loud bars, they would play and stuff. And he was like, it was always about dynamics. And he said, you know, people think you got to get loud, but sometimes getting quiet is the way to bring people in. Because then when you,
the room.
yes. And then when you hit them with the loud, it's so much louder. So dynamics can really make something loud in a way.
Interesting.
The quiet parts. The quiet parts let you have loud parts.
Yeah,
I compress it. I compress it. Don't worry. That didn't blow out your car speakers, but it would.
It would, yeah, you're right.
It would, but I put little. Anyway, we're nerding out about
audio.
whispers. Shout out to Athena and Lexi. They came to the Groveland show.
Oh, I love that.
And this show, Shan, I got to go into this a little bit here. So Groveland, I didn't know anything about it. My friend booked the show. It's our new like thing. Megacorp Comedy. We're super excited about it. Anyway, he's like, yeah, Groveland. I'm like, sure, Groveland. Okay, we're driving 4 hours. I've got Brian at the helm, our friend, and we're all of a sudden curviest roads I've ever been on. Curvy, no fucking barrier, nothing. You could just roll right off the mountain. Yep.
Fuck that.
And my mom is always like the most motion sick person I know. Like literally, if you tell her about an earthquake and she's walking around, she'll get sick. So we're going, and I'm like, you know, I first am in that first stage of like grabbing the handle, you know, the oh fuck handle.
Who's driving, Brian?
Brian. And so like, and Brian's doing a great job and everything. And like 20 minutes in, I'm like, hey man, we got to pull over. Just got to pull over. And I almost threw up. And I was like, wow, I did not know. I'm turning into my mother.
You are turning your
So
mama.
I was like, Brian, I'm driving now.
Yeah.
And
that usually helps, right? With
That
motion
they say
sickness.
that helps. And like also Brian was going very reasonable speeds. And I was like, we're going to go very slow now.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Shan, an hour. It was an hour. It made
that.
Big Bear seem like child's play. It was so long and so curvy.
Is this the one near Mammoth?
It's on the opposite side of the mountains.
But same mountain.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not a fan of those. This one time I was in Huntington Beach and I was going to go to my parents just to like check on their house when they weren't there, and I did not realize the like GPS was taking me over a mountain to get there.
Oh.
And I was so high up and like no rails, and it was like, I mean, the view was amazing, but like I was not prepared for this. I had no idea I was going up and over a mountain, and I was terrified.
It can be sickening.
Thank God it was during the day. Because night freaks me out.
Yeah, and we had to get an expensive hotel because we didn't want to do those. Like there were no motels in town, and I was like, well, we're not going back out.
You hadn't booked one?
No, because I wanted to see. I was like, how bad is it getting in and out? So anyway, the other funny thing I told my brother, I was like, yeah, I'm excited. My stand-up set, it's like pretty clean. Like I'm not clean yet, but I like have a goal. Like I think I could be a clean comedian.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we get to the show, proceed to do probably the filthiest set I've ever done.
Wait, really?
So blue.
What happened?
It just kind of happened. Like Brian,
with like the crowd work and
well,
things?
Brian had a joke, has a story about how he went to the hospital because he almost died. He had sepsis, and part of it is he gets like a stricture in his hee-haw.
Oh.
And this woman literally yelled out like, "Your dick sucks" or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I think she yelled out something milder, but I riffed it as "your dick sucks." And then so I just kept repeating that, and eventually it got just so insanely filthy.
Oh my God, you jinxed yourself.
I really did. And then I had to face my brother afterwards, and he's like, okay, I thought, what happened to the whole clean thing? And I was like, yeah. That wasn't clean at all.
Did not happen.
But it was cool. It was one of the coolest shows I've ever done. I feel like this town was hard to get to, and I've never had a reaction after a show where people were like, thank you for coming here.
Oh, they were desperate for something.
That's what it was. Yeah. Desperation. That's why they loved us.
Oh, wait. That was fucked up of me to say.
No, it's fine. No, it was super fun.
It's probably a great feeling though.
It was great. We had an absolute blast. We love the town. We can't wait to go back. I'm going to bring like other friends there, have them headline. I'll feature. So it was an awesome weekend. And yeah, seeing these listeners was so great. And it was a blast.
Were they from Groveland?
No, they were. So Athena lives in Modesto, but she had missed my Modesto show. So they actually drove on the perilous road. So God, thank you guys so much.
God, how far of a drive?
An hour and a half, which so far the record's 4 hours. So that's the record. If anybody wants it, it might even be 5. They drove from Georgia, I believe. That was Kat and her boyfriend. I'm sorry, Joey, Kat and Joey.
Oh,
to Tampa.
Great. Oh, to Tampa.
They overnighted. That's tough. Tough record to beat.
What? They did like a red eye?
They made a trip out of it. No, they drove.
I meant like a red eye drive.
So anyway, do you have any talking points for us?
I don't think so, but there's a hypothetical here that has my name in it.
So I came up with this hanging out with my brother. I thought you would have a good answer for this.
Okay.
So the devil approaches you with a deal.
Oh boy.
The devil's sort of offering all these different products, but for you, he's offering this.
Okay.
For $1 a minute, you can have a fly bother anyone you know. So this could be an enemy. It could be someone who slighted you once, whatever. You have to have personally met them, though. It can't be like Elon Musk. Yeah, or Donald Trump. And basically, the fly is going to just bother them. It's not going to bite them. It's not going to give them a disease. It's just going to keep landing on them. They're going to try to swat it. They're going to miss. And it's going to, again, fly away. It's going to fly away just long enough to they're like, oh, this fly finally left. No, he didn't. Now he's back because you paid for $1 per minute of fly annoyance time. How much are you spending? Who are you spending it on?
Wow. I wish it could be somebody I don't know.
Okay, I want to know your first answer. Let's hear it. I'm just curious.
Someone I don't know?
Who would you go to first?
Probably Donald Trump.
Okay. And how much would you spend?
I mean, then I also like feel like I don't want to be spending money on him.
It could really bother him, you know.
I guess
It's a pretty good deal.
$1 a minute to bother somebody. Oh yeah, because like 30 minutes. It's like a pretty long time for a fly to be bothering you.
So, oh my God, it's so long. You would tell people.
Yeah. I would maybe do this like a family friend that we're no longer friends
Yes. Yes, I knew you'd have an answer.
who I like hate now. He was like basically an uncle to me for a long time. And he like fucked us over. And I'm still really holding a grudge. I think everyone else has moved on, but I'm like, no.
And how much
this is the one that I like have the speech written in my head. I think I talked about this
You have
before.
mentioned that.
I would maybe pay like $60 for an hour.
You do an hour, okay.
Is it at one time?
You can do
You can break
recurring
it up.
buys, but he does charge more for that. You know, he's the devil.
Okay.
He's gonna get you.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe an hour. What do you think?
I think that's good. I mean, you're
Like
not
a horse fly though. Let's make it like a big.
I think he
one.
can give you that deal if you're going all the way for an hour. Yeah, he'll give you a fat fly.
Yeah. What do you think? An hour is pretty good.
I think that's good.
I mean, an hour.
I mean,
like even a minute of a fly being around you is really
torturous. Torturous.
Yeah.
He does have a special deal where it's $200, but you get a whole night, and the fly will land on them while they sleep. You know how fucking annoying that is. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, yeah. Like when it's really hot for some reason, it's like you have two double whammies happening.
Oh, that sounds like the worst night of my life.
I know. Who would you do?
I actually struggled with this one because, but I have an answer, but it's not someone I personally met as well. But when I was driving and right before I posed this question, which is probably why I came up with it, and I've noticed, I've been trying to sell my brother on this and we're debating, but it's like people in LA will honk at you just because you did something wrong. Not because you fucked with them, not because you're in their way, just because you happen to mess up.
They're the worst here. And literally the light will turn green 1 millisecond later.
Yeah.
They're honking at you. I'm like, okay, give me a second. Give me a millisecond.
Give me a millisecond. Oh my God. Yeah, this guy did like a total insane like U-turn in the middle of the road in the biggest truck I've ever seen. I had to fully slam on my freaking brakes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and after I had brought the car to a stop, I honked to be like, you just definitely messed up. That was super dangerous. He honked back.
Oh, just to be like, well, fuck you.
Yeah. I'm like, no, bro, like this is a huge mistake. You need to take responsibility and accountability for the fact that you just endangered me with your goddamn tank size piece of shit Ford.
Yeah. So you say I could easily, were like, I
could easily throw
find
a
a devil to give me this offer and I will do it.
Yes, I'm gonna find the devil first.
This is so specific.
I know where he is.
I don't know why the devil is even involved in that.
I just liked that kind of framing of it. It seems I like the devil having to raise money for some reason.
But I also think it's like, don't I then have to like give the devil something of myself for this?
That's what my brother pointed out. It's like once you start making deals with the devil, like then he might go, you don't know what he's up to. He might go to them.
It's worth it. Like I don't care that much to screw over this person, but
now you're in a bidding war with the devil as the kind
I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's risky. I wouldn't recommend anyone deal with the devil.
No, if you guys have any good ones though, write in. Let us know.
Yeah,
could be someone famous. We don't have to limit it to just people you know.
I guess the other thing I'm realizing, I went to Japan and I was so excited to tell everyone, and I'm finding the conversations don't really go anywhere. It's kind of like, that's great that you did that. Wasn't that wonderful for you?
Aww.
Like, because it's...
I guess that kind of sucks too, because like you didn't get to share it with anyone while it was happening. So then,
oh yeah, I went alone. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So then it's like you want to tell people, and you want them to have like enthusiasm for you. So it's like you're probably feeling let down when you're telling it, because it's like you didn't really get to this is your chance to share it with people and they're not responding the way you
I
want
guess
them to.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm with that. I guess I feel like it's kind of like I had a dream because it's just so disconnected, right? It's not like I went to Utah and went skiing and people are like, oh, I got family in Utah.
Yeah, they can relate a little
Exactly.
more.
It's
You gotta
sort of-
find the people that have been.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I haven't actually run into
Wait, where's my candy, by the way?
Oh, I got it. Oh my God, I got it.
really?
I'll be right back. Here, hold the air. Hold the air.
Okay. Although I really have been, I need to be eating healthier. I ate so much bad food over the break. So I might not be, I mean, who am I kidding? I'm definitely going to eat one of these.
Well, will you start running with me? I've been running very good. I think me and Joanna might run tonight. So maybe you should join our run club.
I can't run.
Oh, you can't run?
Mm-mm, I have bad knees.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I truly can't even go like a block.
What's that?
I can't even go a block.
Well, can you go on a walk?
Yeah, I can go on a walk.
Okay. Maybe join a walking club.
Oh, yeah.
All
I could
right.
do
I brought you your favorite matcha green tea Kit Kats.
that. Yes, good memory.
Classic. Okay. And then I brought some messed up ones, weird ones that I thought we could try together.
Okay.
I also got you a single wasabi Kit Kat that I had with the fam.
Oh, how is that?
It's weird. I kind of wish they stepped more into it. It's a little bit like, it's kind of wasabi-ish,
Sweet,
but
though.
kind of good. And you're kind of like,
No, like,
Okay.
fuck me up here.
we'll put this at the end, but if you guys are curious, fettuccine gummies, I've got this for us.
Oh, gummies?
Milk candy.
Just milk candy straight up? That doesn't sound too
Straight
bad.
up. These little green grape ones, I just like grapes, so I thought that could be fun. But wait, there's more. I got you a really weird sticker. It's an axolotl, which is the logo of Reddit, but he's jacked.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And then a strawberry.
I love
You like
that.
him?
Yeah. That's so good. I never realized that that's what the Reddit thing is.
Yeah, the little creature. This is a strawberry cheesecake Kit Kat.
Oh, that
So we'll eat
sounds
these at the end
amazing.
and review them. We won't bore you guys with radio of us eating
No.
stuff.
But for those ASMR fans, I would stick around.
There you go.
Mukbang.
All right, guys. Well, we got a juicy ep for you today.
Mm-hmm.
Our second story. Oh, this is a listener submission.
This is a listener submission.
Our second story of the day, AITA for not trading my white elephant gift. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But first, folks, it's AITA for canceling a trip with my boyfriend last minute and breaking up with him. I, 23F, have been dating my boyfriend, 25M, for the last 2.5 years. On Christmas, I got a B-Day gift from my BF, which was an expensive trip for New Year's Eve. I was super excited about it. My birthday was the 30th of December. Now, I knew in advance that my boyfriend will be unavailable all day because he had to work in the morning, and in the evening, he had a work party. He doesn't usually go out with friends, but as he is the manager at the place, he was obliged and happy to participate. When I woke up the morning of my birthday, he already went to work. He didn't wish me happy birthday or anything, but I brushed it off and thought maybe he would do it later or during our trip. I didn't want to stay home alone for my B-Day, so I went to see my family. It turned out our family dog that we've had for 12 years has gotten worse since the last time I saw her. She was in agony, struggling to breathe and getting worse every minute. We tried to find a vet, but there was nothing available within a reasonable distance. We knew this day would come, but we did not expect it so soon. I spent all day by her side. We were supposed to go on the trip the next day, so when the evening came, I grabbed my stuff, said goodbye to the dog, and got in the car to go home. It was already 10 p.m. when I called my boyfriend and asked him if he wanted me to pick him up from our party in an hour. He said no, he wanted to stay at the party. I told him that I felt really terrible about our dog and that I would appreciate if he spent the night with me. I just didn't want to be alone thinking about her. He refused. He said he gets to party with his colleagues only once a year. He would keep saying over and over again that I need to stop being so selfish, asking him to leave the party. It started at 5 and I wanted to pick him up at 11. I was devastated by his lack of empathy toward me in such a difficult situation and on this specific day. I broke up with him and canceled the trip we were supposed to take for my birthday. AITA.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
this one a little nuclear, I would say. I mean, straight up breaking up.
Quite a response, OP.
I know. I wonder what the status is right now.
I don't know.
Definitely feels a little like I mean, like have a conversation, I would say, first and foremost.
Years together, and this is a breakup for her.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely feel like understand. I mean, she's grieving at this point, and it's hard to go through something like that on your birthday. Like, I think birthdays are emotional. I feel like we've talked about this before.
Yes.
A lot of times, like your expectations are too high, and then, or you don't want to have any expectations, and then you're just like let down. And it seems like for this day specifically, I mean, she was certainly let down. She hadn't heard from him. Then she goes to her parents and her dog's dying. Like how terrible is that?
Her dog is sick and I guess on his way out.
Yeah, like she had to basically say goodbye to the dog.
Sure.
Like, you know, assuming it was probably the last time. I mean, I hope they didn't have to put him down that day because that would be a terrible memory to have for your birthday.
Sure.
But I mean, this was sort of like the plan.
This was the plan. And I want to first go back. I kind of commented this on the subreddit, and thank you so much for submitting, OP. I kind of had a little bit of an issue with something I didn't notice before.
Oh.
OP writes, he didn't wish me happy birthday or anything, but I brushed it off and thought maybe he would do it later during our trip. Hold on, sentence before that. When I woke up on the morning of my birthday, he already went to work. Yeah, so he didn't wake you up to wish you happy birthday,
yeah.
Which is totally reasonable and not a ding against him, OP.
Well, maybe she meant like she didn't hear from him all day.
He was at work.
Yeah.
I don't know what this guy does, but it sounds like it's kind of involved.
Yeah, I mean, he's the manager at least. I mean, he has people under him at the very least.
Yeah.
So he could be
busy.
Yeah.
I just feel like she's trying to land a ding there, and I'm sorry, ding rejected.
Yeah. And like she said, like, you know, maybe he would do it later, which is probably, I'm sure.
Well, that was the whole plan. The whole plan was to celebrate the next day. That was the plan.
Yeah, well, I mean, for a whole trip. At least a long weekend, if not a week.
An expensive trip. OP's own words.
Yeah. And sometimes, as I think we've talked about before, is like, you know, holidays, birthdays, etc., are just days. Like a lot of times you can just be like, actually, let's do it a different day. Like, let's celebrate it on a different day because this day doesn't work. Like, I feel like you can do that.
You can.
Even with like, I mean, I guess Christmas is but you can decide with your family, like, let's do it the 26th because we can't get there on the 25th.
Right. It's more like finding the common ground.
Right.
I mean, look, it's taken me a long time to figure out my birthday. I would throw big parties and I would try all these things. And I finally realized I just want to be with a handful of people, if even that many, that I care about. You know what I did for my birthday this year? I went to Olive Garden with my parents.
Oh, that sounds nice. I love Olive Garden.
It was great.
I think it slaps.
There was no pressure. I felt relaxed. I was with my folks. It was a nice time. It was nothing special or spectacular, but I just enjoyed myself.
Well, and were you still there that Monday when it was your birthday? Or did you guys celebrate like the day before?
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah,
I actually drove back from LA that Monday. I didn't do anything on my actual birthday. Yeah, you're right.
See, it's like sometimes you just have to be like, okay, yes, today is my birthday and I'm going to make it special the way I want to. But like my loved ones just have to do it a different day. You have a tough birthday though, because I feel like it's always Thanksgiving weekend, right?
It falls on Thanksgiving once every 7 years.
Yeah.
And it's
but at least it's almost always around that time.
Yeah, of course.
So like your
always.
family and your friends are probably like never available, right?
Yeah, very tough.
My mom has the worst birthday like of the whole year. It's
Hit me.
This Thursday, which is the 4th.
Oh.
Any of these days that are like the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th are the worst birthdays of the whole year. Nobody wants to celebrate anymore. because they're done celebrating.
That's it.
They're
We
back
used
at
all our
work.
PTO, folks.
Nobody wants to spend any money because they just spent all their money.
Yes.
Everyone is either doing dry January or their resolution is to lose weight. Like, it is the worst.
That's
Nobody wants
hilarious.
to buy you a present. She almost always gets presents that are wrapped in Christmas paper.
Hilarious.
So it is like, if you guys can think of a worse birthday out there, please write in, because we have this like theory of like, this is the worst one.
You just made my dad make more sense now.
Okay, why?
The man's birthday is January 8th. He's going to be 69, by the way. Hilarious.
My dad's going to be this year too.
There we go.
Yeah, we talked about this.
They should 69. Sorry, I regret that. I regret it. Don't picture it. That he isn't a big gift guy, and now it makes perfect sense. Of course he's not into gifts. He has a horrible this is a horrible birthday month, I'm willing to say.
Yeah, I do think the further in you get, it's better.
Yeah.
But like the first week, too.
People are still, the gym noobs. Oh
terrible.
God, I went to the gym today and I was like, oh no.
Oh, I know.
There were so many people in one of the classes. I smelled like BO. I was like, get out of here.
I know. I think I might just skip going to classes for the next couple weeks. It sounds
How long does it
terrible.
last? A month?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
There were so many people at Echo Park. Oh my God, it's clicking in with me. It was all New Year's people. Stop. Get out of my park.
I know.
It's mine
They're
and
doing
old
their
Crooknecks.
resolutions. Let them do it for a month, you know?
I know. I gotta let them have it. Anyways,
to
so
this.
let's get into Sketchy Avocado, ESH. Your side is he chose to stay at a work party over spending time with me, and I was alone on my birthday when my dog was dying. His side is she got mad that I chose to stay at a work party because she didn't want to be alone on her birthday. Her dog was also dying, but we had a trip planned the next day to celebrate her birthday. Big picture sounds irrational, which leads me to believe that there were more issues in the relationship and this sent you over to break up. Call it a blessing and move on. I disagree. I'm sorry, OP. I might as well just be honest here, but I'm just I'm just not really able to take your side. I know it's hard when your dog is sick, but we are talking about a pet. I think that your boyfriend knew he was going to be at an event that's important to him.
Yeah.
He's with the people that he manages, the people that he engages with on a day-to-day basis. I don't know how long he's worked there, but like I already have this with my job. I'm like, like I care about the people at my work. It's because I've known them for years. We've been interacting regularly for years. Like, they're people in my life. Like, yeah, they're work relationships, so they're not like, I'm not like getting my therapy time in, but like I just known them so long, like it's just like this to me just feels a little bit like, well, I'm having an emotion and that trumps everything you're doing. And it's like, sounds like by her own words here, it's like a once a year thing. And OP has decided, well, 6 hours is too long and it's my turn. And it's like, but this was the whole plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is a really tough position because, like you were saying, it only happens every now and then. And he is the manager. So, like, he does have a little bit of an obligation to be there, I would say.
Absolutely. Obliged and happy to be there, she writes.
Yeah, I mean, he's wanting to, celebrate the good year that hopefully that they had. I can understand her like wanting him to be there for her, but I do also think that kind of what this comment was saying, that like his point of view was like she couldn't have been alone for like an hour when I continued going, like celebrating. It's tough though. I mean, it's really hard when your partner is going through a tough time, and I think it is difficult to maneuver how to handle it sometimes, I think.
Yeah, I mean, look, I remember having things like this, and looking back, I see it for what it was, which was codependency. I was so into a previous partner of mine because I didn't have my own identity. I wasn't a full, like I was dependent on her, and she would be busy with work stuff. And there wasn't even an emergency. It was just like, I'm alone, I'm sad, when are you coming home, being naggy and annoying. And it's like, that's just to me what this reads as. I'm like, God, you're literally with your parents. It wasn't like she was alone and isolated. Like, she kind of chose to butt up on his space, which was already agreed upon. I mean, I feel like an emotionally mature person would be like, oh God, you know, I do want to hug him right now or be with him, but like, I don't want to interrupt his party and throw his vibe. That's important to him too. That counts for something. And then this accusation that he's failing to empathize with you. Well, you're also failing to empathize with him, OP.
True. And even though her emotion is obviously, you know, the one of devastation, you know, he's having an emotion too, which is like enjoying himself.
You know?
I definitely understand feeling upset. Like if I were her, I probably would be like, dang. I mean, I actually think I would be more understanding, but I couldn't see being disappointed. But I think the leap to breaking up is very impulsive.
Super impulsive, super vengeful. I mean, I'm sorry, OP. Like, I love you. I don't know why I love you. I love that you listen to the pod for sure.
We love you.
But we love you. But, you know, you really, I feel like, got angry and vicious about this. That's how I see it, is like you're trying to inflict this pain on him, and like this is an acceptable boundary to have. Like you gotta contain it a bit. Like, and I'm sorry, like your dog is sick, like your dog is dying, fine, your dog isn't dead. We don't even have a dead dog on our hands here.
That's true.
Nobody died. It wasn't a person. Like I think that you needed to kind of, you know, I don't want to even say bottle this up, but just a life skill, an important life skill is like, you know, not being able to know who you can go to and when.
Yeah.
You know,
you could definitely have gone to a friend in this moment too. I mean, I know it was late, but
or stay longer at her parents.
With a friend, yeah, or just stay there. I'm just really confused, like how it just snowballed. Like I almost feel like we're missing like part of the story where it was like, geez, why did we leap to breaking up? It almost feels like, were you looking for an excuse to break up? And then like you were going to go on this amazing expensive trip. Like now you can't go on this amazing expensive trip.
Yeah.
Like why'd you go and cancel it? Did you even have the information to go and cancel it? Like just sounds so
rash.
Strange. Yeah. Can you update us? I'm curious what happened. Like I'm hoping that you guys were able to salvage this, but maybe you were looking for a way out anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I can, to flip this a little bit up here, I don't want you to think that, you know, look, I understand it. First of all, you're very young, you're 23. I understand it. And this is a very hard thing. I haven't been close to a dog in a while, but I understand it can be very hard to accept, especially if basically your dog went from being okay to now being like, no, clearly my dog is going to die.
Yeah,
I understand
and like
that pain.
The last time saying goodbye, I mean, it's so emotional.
It's very emotional. And I have struggled with my birthday issues my whole life. So I understand feeling some birthday entitlement. It kind of comes with it. So I get it, OP. I understand.
The feeling of being disappointed.
Well, you're it's your birthday. That usually is a universal rule of birthdays. Now, I don't know if it transcends culture, but in America, if it's your birthday, it's your birthday. You get to kind of be like,
you can cry if you want to.
You can cry if you want to.
You can break up with your boyfriend.
You know, and he is denying her on her birthday. And so the adult, sober, mature perspective is like, well, clearly this had been established, but emotionally speaking, I understand why OP felt that entitlement. And I do want to say that I think this could be a dynamic here, going with your theory, Shan. What is actually going on in this relationship might be a dynamic where maybe OP isn't getting her emotional needs met. And the way we're combating that is money, expensive trips, expensive gifts. Now, it's a little bit of a conspiracy theory, but it's there with one example in this situation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seems like this could also be a pattern as well.
Yeah.
Like, we are missing a huge part of the story, which is just how their relationship is in general. And maybe this could just be like a last straw for her. Or she acted impulsively. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, she might have just gotten caught up in this. We don't know. Maybe this dog, you know, her and the dog are particularly bonded or whatever. But
Sure.
I don't know if Shannon is with me, but ultimately, I'm sorry, OP. I'm just struggling to land dings on your boyfriend. I just kind of feel like he set a kind of a reasonable boundary. He said the party was important to him. He made up for it in a reasonable way, and you kind of decided to supersede that, and then got mad at him, and then broke up with him. And for these reasons, I am on a YTA for this.
I know. I think I am too. I would love to hear an update though, if you're willing to still talk to us.
For what it's worth, we're on your side more than him. Okay, you are the asshole in this situation, but you're like a friend of the pod, and he's not.
Yeah, so fuck him.
A rare YTA and fuck him.
Exactly.
Guys, please rate, review, subscribe. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/AITA pod. All right, here is Shannon with the plano.
AITA for not trading my white elephant gift. I, 19M, have been working at a school since July this year. Because it's the season, the teachers and staff decided to have a white elephant gift exchange before going on break. Our limit was only $5. My coworker picked the best looking gift at the table when we started the game. She had it for the majority of the game, but by the end of the game, it had come to me. I knew she had wanted it really bad, so I said if it wasn't something I was interested in, I would trade it to her. The present was a nice snow globe with snowy owls, and it played music. It went over the price limit and was $10.
Oh my God.
I have been really obsessed with music boxes for as long as I can remember, so I decided I would keep it. My coworker had seemed upset ever since I had gotten the gift, and after my decision to keep it, she immediately left the party. I am not very good at reading social cues, and I won't see her for another 2 weeks. I know I got it fair and square, but AITA?
Oh my God, the drama of this $10 white elephant gift.
I totally see, like, I would be acting this exact same way where I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to see this person for 2 weeks. Are they mad at me? Like, I would be like ruminating about this for like weeks.
Yeah. Even now to this day, you would?
No, yeah. What, you think I grow up with age? No. So I guess this is a scenario where the gift is wrapped.
Okay, and then you can unwrap. The first person unwraps, and there's like a couple. Isn't there a couple steals?
I know, that's
White
what I
elephant
don't
rules seem
understand.
to
I think they
vary.
played it a little differently because remember when we went to the one
There's
and I
3
hated the way that
steals.
they
You hated
played it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't how I played it growing up. So I
Yeah.
will not accept that.
I mean, I think bottom line, it's kind of like a stupid game. I mean, we were talking about this on the bonus as well. Like, look, like in the end, it's no different than any other game. You can take it seriously or not.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like taking a game. Look, this is a fact. Taking a game too seriously can be, not always, but can be a social sin. And the reverse can also be true, by the way.
Yes.
Right? Like if you're in a league of some kind.
Yeah.
And the energy.
The fantasy football one that we did where the wife that joined was not taking it seriously. And it's like you're ruining the fun of it because you are not taking it seriously.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a balance.
Yeah.
I think white elephant, though, maybe I'm wrong, but it's not really it's definitely on the casual side of the game seriousness spectrum.
Yeah.
Don't know that there's professional white elephant.
No, but it can get catty. But that's why I think with this one, it says she picked the best looking gift at the table and she had it, but I ended up with it and then he unwrapped it. So it feels like they played it differently where it's like they chose gifts and then at the end they unwrapped it or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, he told her like, I will give it to you if it's something I'm not interested in. I'll trade with you for your gift, but he was interested in it.
And I agree with his interest also. I like that. I would love it if someone had a music box collection.
That's very cute. My grandma was a music teacher, and she often had a lot of
little
snow globes, a lot of music.
So cool.
Music ones, yeah. And I mean, it was $10, double the price. It was obviously one of the better gifts, which That's another thing. You really shouldn't be going over the price, because then that's when the cattiness of white elephant starts, because then people get real
heated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there was another white elephant situation on the subreddit, which was somebody got mad because it was a 20, it like hit the limit, which was 25, but they got it on a Black Friday sale. So the effective value was more like 40 or 50, right? Because it was such a good deal.
Yeah.
And then somebody else put in like a piece of shit old book that they found worth nothing.
Oh.
And they were mad at that present being included. And I think like they got the old book and whatever.
Yeah, you got to keep it all within you really should stick to the price.
You should, but I think it sticks to my point, which is like, this is a casual game, so don't turn into fucking Scrooge McDuck on this. Like,
and leave the party.
Come on, ridiculous.
And also, it's like you didn't even know what it was. It was just the best looking gift. So it was like she didn't even barely know what it was. It was almost like she just wanted it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. River Song 25 writes, I would have kept it too. So what if the other lady wanted it? The point of what you guys were doing was that by the end of the game, you could keep whatever you wound up with or give it away. You liked it as much as she did. And like everybody else who was playing, you had every right to choose to keep it for yourself. You were under no obligation to not keep it just because she liked it. Yeah, like obviously.
Literally, he told her, if I don't like it.
Dude.
But she's...
Fuck this lady.
I mean... As I was saying before, like I can definitely see this like ruining my break, because I would be like, oh my God.
This
like,
ruined your whole break.
Yeah. I hate like disappointing people or whatever. So I don't know. Do we have any advice? Like, do we think he should reach out? I mean, he might be just seeing her at this point because it's after New Year's, but...
Well, I guess I would study that in yourself if that's how you see things. I guess because I'm kind of like, somebody leaving. I mean,
could have been anything.
Is it passive aggression? It could have been anything.
Yeah, it is passive aggressive. Like if it was truly because she didn't get her gift, but it also could have been anything. Like she probably just might have had to leave. But see, that's where like someone with my brain, like I just take things personally, I think, and I'm trying to work on it, where it's like it probably didn't have anything to do with you, but then I'm like ruminating on it and I like kind of stay awake. And
you would stay awake over this?
You do that stuff too.
Yeah, but with someone I'm close with, it would fuck with me. With someone else, I'd be like, this fucking moron.
Yeah, but probably not so much with just like a coworker, but it seems like they're like friends.
Yeah, no.
It wouldn't ruin my entire break, but I just know I would be thinking about it.
I do ruminate. I want you to know that I'm with you on ruminating.
Yes.
It's torturous. I mean, I would say if I were to go to the advice route, I would say one way that I would usually... Well, one thing that feels better about these things is you have to find someone who understands what happened and, will see your side, and that way you can kind of mutually process it. I mean, there's been things I brought up to you where we both realize like, this has nothing to do with me. It's just like something I'm ruminating on. So that's a good... The problem is, as we've learned on Reddit, there are friends who don't necessarily have the best emotional intelligence or whatever, and they might not fucking get it. So that's, like I said, it's kind of this life skill of knowing who to go to for what and when. It's key.
So are you saying he should go to her? Like,
no, there's nothing to say to her. She's a fucking lousy wretch.
True, because it's like, if this was the way you're gonna respond, why do I even give a fuck what you think?
Exactly.
You're so
dramatic,
nutty,
fucking nutty. It's the kind of thing where you're like, I don't know, having friends like validate your emotions and be like, hey, I understand, why you're ruminating about that, but like, I think that person is just being ridiculous. It's a $10 gift that you legitimately won in White Elephant. Like,
the mistake that OP made was just even like offering that.
That's a good point too, and I think that goes to something we talked about before, which is like, be careful with your word and learn to not say these like hyper agreeable statements.
Yes, and that's where I'm like, is this person my like twin? Because I feel like I do shit like that too, where it's like you offer up help for like no, like not even help, but like something like this for no reason. Like I didn't have
Yes.
to do that. And I catch myself doing stuff like that. And then I'm like, wait, why did I even do that? Because now
I don't even want to do it.
because then if I
Yeah.
was him, I would have probably been like, oh, now I have to give her the gift.
Right.
Because I offered that.
I mean, it's as trite as don't make promises you can't keep, but it's also don't say things that you don't want to do, because what we're doing is, and I think yours manifests differently than mine, because, you know, you're saying that you're like overly helpful or overly giving. Whereas I feel like my thing is more like if I'm in a conflict with someone and they're like, actually, you're wrong. I'm like, actually, I am wrong. I'm kind of a fucked up person. You're so right. So I'll invalidate my own emotions.
Yes, I do that as well.
And what I've realized is that it's about self-esteem. And the way to build that is obviously to just, you know, learn to respect yourself and develop discipline and respect for yourself. But it is also having a social support system where people are like, no, you don't need to do that. Like, you don't owe that to anyone. Like, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Because you're fucking Shannon, the chief marketing officer at PepsiCo. Well, you were until you pivoted to fashion. It's for the bonus. But Shannon's wearing this outfit that basically she is a bad B word.
That's right.
I think we're alerted. I think we're alarmed. I think we're alarmed on this one.
Learned, honey.
AITA for not trading my white elephant gift. Come on. NTA and she is for her drama.
She sucks. And I'm sorry that you're even having to, like, you know, ruminate on this at all, because you're not wrong. Just maybe next time don't offer that up.
Truth. Another rumination cure running. It's worked for me. Shannon and I found out has bad knees. We talk about that? Was that on the pod?
No, that was right now. Yeah. We talked about it on this episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did we?
I don't know if it was before or after. Bad knees, Shannon. She can't run.
That's
she
me.
can walk. All right, here we go. AITA for asking my BF to move his jacket. My BF, 24M, and I, 22F, moved in together 6 months ago. It's been a big adjustment as we get used to each other's habits and find our new norms. One thing that drives me crazy is when I ask my BF to do a household task or chore, he fires back pointing out a task chore that I haven't done. Whoa. For example, the other day I was working remotely in the kitchen and he comes home and immediately tosses his jacket onto a chair. This isn't the first time I've asked him to put his coats away in the closet, and I look up and say, hey, I think it would be a really good routine for us to get in to try to put our jackets away when we get home. He snaps back, well, your dishes are still in the sink, and I explained that I'm still working and I haven't gotten to them yet. He does this all the time. I basically can't ask or tell him to do anything. Otherwise, he'll just point out what I haven't done and refuse to do whatever I ask him to do. I get that it's kind of hypocritical to ask him to do tasks when I haven't done mine, but if we both had that mindset, things would just never get done. Also, is putting away a jacket really the same thing as doing the dishes? AITA.
Well, tell me, did you have things like this when you lived with a significant other?
God,
issues?
yes.
Yeah.
God, yes.
What were the issues? What were the solutions?
Yeah, I think this has a lot of different layers to it, so we've got to go piece by piece. But let's just talk about the most basic layer, which is there tends to be a different level of cleanliness.
Mm-hmm.
There is a paradox here, but yes, generally I would say women more clean than men.
Yeah. Stereotypically.
You know, and I've been bringing this up all holiday season, by the way. Shannon's theory of it's mom's house.
Yes.
You know,
It is mom's
my
house.
mom and dad share a house. They're together. They're not divorced, but that's mom's house.
Wait, when I went home for my Nana's funeral, I was with my cousin the first night. I was staying at her apartment in Philly. And I was like, where's Papa been at Nana's? Instead of like at his own home, I called it Nana's house.
Yeah, it is.
Where's Papa been at Nana's?
Yeah. Yeah,
She's like, he's at Nana's.
He's at his own place. So, but beyond that, I think it's a thing that has to be addressed. It's one of the big challenges of a relationship is that, you know, you become roommates and you have to share these chores and figure it out. So I'm trying to see his side a little bit there because, you know, it does seem a little bit annoying to me that like I just got home, I'm throwing off my jacket, and then she's going to hit me with, hey, I think it's a really good routine for us to get in to try to put our jackets away when we get home. It's like, that's pretty fucking jarring for I just got home o'clock.
True.
Sounds like she works remote.
Right.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, you don't even got to put your jacket on.
Damn, you just got it. You got her. You know, and now I don't like at all the way he responds, which I consider fucking rude and completely unacceptable. Well, your dishes
but
are
who
still
hasn't done this though? I used to be like that for sure in my argument style.
And they are 24 and 22.
Exactly. Max and I for sure would do things like this to each other back in the day, but you just have to learn that it's like, okay, we will discuss that another time, but like, let's deal with this right now.
That's fighting dirty. That's absolutely fighting dirty. You don't get a counter litigate, you know, oh, I'm charging you with this. No.
Yeah. But I can also see how it is frustrating where it's like, okay, I just came in, like you're already giving me grief about it. Okay, well then guess what? The dishes aren't done. Like I can see the instinct, the impulse to want to say that. It's not mature and it's not the right way to do it. But I can also see the frustration of like, I just got home. Like no matter how difficult your job or like how, long your day is, it's always exhausting doing something you probably don't want to be doing. Most people don't really want to be working. They'd rather be home. So to be greeted at the door with that maybe is not the best way to solve the problem.
Not a good time to do it. I mean, this is her one example, so maybe we're cherry picking. I mean, she goes on. He does it all the time. I basically can't ask or tell him to do anything otherwise. So that was going to be my layer 2 here, where like, I think we've talked about this before, but it's just like, there's a way that like I've picked up to talk at work and like, it's just kind of a thing, but like, you don't really want to be ordering people around. So I don't know if this is maybe what that's about, but like, it's kind of, you kind of want to lead the horse to water, but in the end the horse has to want to drink, So it's kind of like having that discussion in a way that is a little bit.
Yeah. What do you think would be better?
Well, it sounds like what's beneath this is like, there's just like this thing of like, and I don't know if that's the thing is like, I'm not sure if this is a communication issue. Cause like he does look pretty bad. Cause like this is but I love that you said like that you used to be like this. Obviously I used to be like it too. But it's like a nightmarish way to be. When it's about household chores, it's not that big of a deal. But when it's about like conflict, like this can end a relationship because it's like, dude, if you're not going to accept that like you made a mistake or said something that hurt someone, which doesn't even require a mistake, like how are we supposed to like come to an understanding?
And it's very much like tallying up.
Yes.
Keeping score. Keeping score. And that can never be good in a relationship.
So toxic. Yeah, I guess I think her question though, so I think maybe where this hinges is putting away a jacket really the same thing as doing the dishes? And I would say fundamentally no.
Yeah, they are different.
Very different.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to hang up a jacket.
It's so easy and leaving a jacket out, and this is what I would say to defend her, is making a mess. Like that's not where that goes.
Yeah.
Like you can't just leave your one wheels in the kitchen unless it's the Vega lair. That's where they go, baby. My girls are out. Look at them.
Oh my God. You tripping over them?
No, they're on the back wall.
Oh, hung up?
No, they're not hung up. They're just on the floor. But
okay. Not in the way.
Not in the way. But yeah, I guess like I am kind of against him because this is such a despicable conflict tactic.
No, yeah, it's not okay.
It's hard. It's hard to defend him.
It's not. I mean, especially that he's doing it all the time, that he's using it for like everything basically. And it's like, you got to try and figure out how to, because like you were saying, I don't think it's just simply about the chores.
Yeah.
Like, I like this comment here. Limp Raspberry 3515 says, NTA, it's only going to get worse if you plan to buy a house and have kids. Seems like he wants a maid/mom more than a partner. Let him know your issues and set a hard boundary. I don't know that I think that he wants like a maid or mom more than a partner. I wasn't really sensing that so much. Were you?
Well, I think what they're alluding to is like, well, no, I see that in the sense of it's not a partnership unless you can have a fucking conversation.
Yeah.
It's like, well, a mom by default is supposed to take care of you, and a maid, that's her role, is to clean up. Like, yo, you guys got to work it out by yourself. And like, I see this as a pain point in this relationship, and we've come to this before, and it's a tough reality, folks, but it's the remote versus non-remote worker household. Toughie. Yeah, like let's not. Look, I'm lucky enough. I got a remote job. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's obviously dramatically less stressful than someone who has to go in.
Yeah.
I ain't got to get in a car. I ain't got to put on clothes. I ain't together. You know.
But then, do you think that it becomes the person that works remotely more of their job to take care of the home?
No, but that is a pain point because it's a perceived unfairness.
Yeah, because then they're like, well, you've been home all day.
Exactly.
Well, it's like, okay, well, I've been working and
I haven't been making a mess. So now you're coming here and making a mess, asking me to clean up your mess.
Although they did say that her dishes are still in the sink. But it's also like, I don't know about you, but I feel like, I mean, not for too long. I do like when the sink is clean, but like you can have your dishes in the sink sometimes. It's one thing if they're laying out. I do think if your dishes are in the sink, at least they're like kind of put away a little bit. Does that make sense at all?
I leave things in the sink, but my kitchen is definitely below most
Well, you just have
people's.
stuff all over the counters.
What?
You just have things all over the counters. Like if there's not a square
let's
inch
not go
is,
you know what? I don't need your opinion on this.
is available.
You know what? Why don't you work from your fucking home and I'll work from my fucking home? Bye. No.
Perfect.
It's funny because what bothers me is that there's now things on my fridge because I've run out of counter space. I like the fridge to not have shit on top of it. I don't know why. I want like my airspace to be clear.
So you put stuff on. It's on top of the fridge.
Yeah.
Oh, like protein powders and stuff.
Yeah. It's because I have poor cabinet strategy. Like I can fix the kitchen. Anyway, we're getting off base here. Bottom line is, I as I've gone through this, I have softened. Nonetheless, I'm where I started on this when I first read it, which is that like there is a conflict here. I'm ultimately feeling like OP does have valid complaints. It sounds like boyfriend is kind of like making a mess and he's being very defensive. And for me, that ultimately is going to seal the deal here. AITA for asking my BF to move his jacket. Yes, OP could choose a better time than right when he gets home. But all of a sudden, ultimately, I am going NTA and he is.
Yeah, I am too. NTA.
Guys, please rate, review, subscribe, join us on Patreon, patreon.com/AITA pod. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up here on Dunkaroo.
And also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and listen to us on Spotify.
Hell yeah. We love the Spotify.
AITA for leaving a bad review. I ordered online from Starbucks and bought 2 chai lattes with oat milk. Well, instead of chai, they were made with iced coffee. And the person who I was with cannot handle iced coffee because it makes her shake. She politely asked the barista to remake our chais, and the barista turned around and threw her hands in the air and remade them with chai. She handed them back to us and said, "I hope this is good enough for you too." It took about an hour or two for me, who is very lactose intolerant, to realize the barista used regular milk instead of oat. Well, I left a 1-star review and explained the situation because the person I was with said I should. A week later, we had lunch with our close friends, and the person I was originally with brought up the review and jokingly called me a Karen. And the lunch proceeded as normal. One of the friends I ate with went to the extent of blocking me on everything and running away from me. When I finally confronted her, she said, "I just can't talk to someone who is willing to destroy a business." AITA?
Yeah, Starbucks is gone. OP
It's
killed
done.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
RIP.
It
They had a
really
good run.
is. They really did. I'm so sad to be missing
Starbies.
it now.
I'll miss you, Starbs.
All because of that 1-star review.
Yeah, crazy.
Good to ruin a friendship over that.
I don't understand. I feel
Story
like
is insane.
it's in the water to an extent. I mean, I think like, look, it goes by all the conflict rules. You know what I mean? Like, I actually just recently left a bad review. If no one's surprised there.
No.
Stayed at a hotel. I mean, it was technically a motel, but they called it a hotel.
Oh.
And the internet was impressively slow. It was cruise ship slow.
Okay.
And
where were you?
It was in Groveland.
Okay.
So we're at this hotel, and then you know how like I need constant fan on the AC, and it literally had the words constant fan.
Oh, and it was turning off.
It kept turning off and on. And if that had stayed on, then all the other complaints wouldn't have applied. But there were so many weird sounds in this motel room. Mm-hmm. There was like a fridge sound, and there was just all kinds of bloop, bloop, bloop little sounds.
Oh.
Ugh. And I just got so mad. Oh, and the final insult to injury was what we started on, which was when you check in, you don't go inside. You use a night phone, and then you're at a counter, and it was freezing outside.
Oh, what? And they called it a hotel? That should have been your number one complaint.
I guess they called it a lodge, but I'm like, fuck you. $200 a night and you're not going to let me inside? No.
And so what, you got a code or something for the door?
No. You had a normal key card and there was someone there, but they don't let you go inside. There's a counter. So you have to be there before 10 p.m.
Oh, and you're using a phone like you're in jail?
Yeah, it's called the night phone. You have to call the night phone to get the person to come out.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, would you leave 1 star?
I think I gave them 2.
Oh, okay.
I was merciful.
It's better. But they're a small business probably.
I mean, relatively. They got a bunch of fucking rooms. I mean, they're charging that price, you know?
Yeah, well, it's because they probably know nobody wants to drive down that mountain. So they're like, well, we're the only ones here, so we can do whatever the fuck we want.
I just feel like, look, I didn't lie in my review. I told the honest truth.
Yeah.
Like, I think as long as you're reporting, you're kind of on fair ground. Like, that's what happened. That's what happened.
I think so too. And like, I would understand if, you gave a 1-star review and the review was simply just that you got the wrong latte and she made it with the wrong milk. I would understand being like, okay, like that's a little overboard to go out of your way. But like the barista was so rude.
Yeah.
And like that kind of does need to be reported, I think,
that's
to
fair.
The manager. Like I used to work at this matcha cafe here in Venice and my coworkers were the worst. It was just like Venice little shitheads. Like I was by far and away like the best worker there, but I was like carrying the team. It was really annoying.
Oh no.
And so I just remember like we would get like a lot of bad reviews from these people.
They're like the Venice shitheads run this place.
Seriously. And like they wouldn't even like no smile, no nothing. Like I can't even believe we even had more people coming back because they were just miserable. And I really just think that, when you're going to a coffee shop or like a restaurant or whatever, like the service really is such a big part of it. It's one thing if it's just like average service or it's slow, it's like, okay, whatever. But like when you're just outright being rude to the customer when you were the one that made the mistake, I hope this is better for you. Yeah, it is because it's what I ordered.
Right.
Like, but the friend not wanting to be friends with her because of writing 1-star review, I still think that would be ridiculous if it was a mom and pop shop. But the fact that it's fucking Starbucks.
What a clown.
And she doesn't want to be friends with this person anymore and quote unquote ran away from her. I don't even know what that means.
I'm running away. I'm going to a new town because you hurt our Starbucks.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I think, look, I think leave reviews for fuck these franchises. All of America is just chain stores and franchises.
Yeah.
And this is not being a Karen.
I mean, if you're just reporting, it's definitely not being a Karen. Like, I think a Karen is when it's like unreasonable.
Yeah.
And also, what's up with the one friend that was there who told her you should write this 1-star review and then brings it up weeks later, jokingly calls her a Karen for writing the review that she told her to write?
Ridiculous.
I don't like your friends, OP.
Fuck this friend group.
Both
I
of
give
your
this friend
friends.
group 1 star.
That's what I'm saying. You should not be friends with these people anymore. I'm really confused by it because you didn't do anything wrong.
So annoying. I think we're aligned here. This is just too much. Too much.
So
these
over
people.
the top.
If you don't get what you ordered, leave a bad review. If they're gonna give you sass, give me a break and make sure you get what you ordered.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't get what you ordered and then they turn around and apologize and get you the right order, definitely don't write a review because they made it right.
They made it right.
But if she's gonna be a total meanie, not today.
1 star.
1 star.
AITA for leaving a bad review. I go even harder on this. I say, I think you're a good person if you leave a bad review for a legitimately bad thing. And
yeah, you got to let other people know.
I would have given her the shakes. Some people are allergic to caffeine. Also, did you hear about this? Panera.
What?
About the Panera controversy?
No.
There's a Panera lemonade that killed a couple people.
Oh, I heard about that.
It's crazy strong.
Yeah.
Wild.
Because he was like, had a bad heart, right?
Yeah. They had a condition. It was a girl and a man, I think. Yeah, crazy. Watch out over at Panera.
I think they need to get rid of that. If they have something that has that much caffeine that it's actually killing people.
And people order it without ice because they want even more caffeine.
Hell no. I'm so sensitive to caffeine.
The FDA says 400 milligrams a day. Now, I definitely go above that sometimes, but you shouldn't be having a 300 milligram drink.
Oh, hell no. I can't.
Start the
I don't
day.
even think I can do like over 75.
You can't have 2 cups of coffee?
No.
Wow, you can't run, can't have coffee? Are you okay? We need to get you a fucking exoskeleton or put you in an iron lung or some shit.
I know.
Holy shit.
I got problems, y'all.
Oh, and Shannon showed me her skis. She's like, look at these. Tiniest skis I've ever seen, guys. They're snow skates.
They're like half my size.
They're so small. Those are snow skates. Those aren't even skis.
So I shouldn't even say I ski. I should say I snow skate.
Little tiny. Actually, they're the smallest skis known to man. They're so small. This is how big they are. All right, guys, that's the episode. Now we're going to taste this shit. I'm excited because Shannon loves AITA for leaving bad review. We said YTH basically.
Oh, yeah.
NTA.
Yeah.
NTA and well, no, yeah. YTH and your friends are assholes. Let's eat candy.
Yes, let's eat candy.
Okay,
Wait,
so
I need to take my Invisalign out.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to do it on camera. That's disgusting.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to try some candy. We're going to open up to set a nice baseline here. And because I'm craving one. Oh, no. Go for that. All right.
Strawberry shortcake.
Shannon's going to try strawberry cheesecake Kit Kat. I'm going to open up these grapes. Here's
Oh my God. They already smell
Here's the
so
grapes
good.
for the YouTubers or for the YouTube watchers.
Here, do you want?
I've had it.
You already had it?
I've had it. Strawberry cheesecake review coming. Strawberry cheesecake review coming. Oh my God. Look how big these are, Shannon.
Wow.
These are really big grape gummies.
Oh, it's a gummy.
Oh, how weird.
The strawberry cheesecake is actually I almost like the aftertaste better.
Yeah.
It had a little too much of that like fake strawberry flavor in the beginning.
Okay, I am really
With the
excited for you to
aftertaste.
try these grapes because they're almost the size of a real grape.
Yeah.
And I think they taste...
They almost feel like flat. Like, you know, when grapes go bad, that's what they look like.
I'm like wondering if they're really good.
Are they real grapes?
Are they real grapes? Can Aya, our Japanese listener, read this? You think
That's yummy.
they're good, huh?
Yeah, I like them.
I feel like they're just like real grapes, except twice as unhealthy, like just pure sugar.
I would honestly just rather eat grapes.
I'd rather
though.
eat grapes. They're so much like grapes.
Pretty good though.
Okay, we've got to try legendary fettuccine gummy.
That sounds disgusting. but
Shannon
I'm
got
down.
crumbs all over her couch, and I'm just obsessed with that she would have let that happen.
Oh,
Okay.
we eat on this couch all the time.
Really?
Oh, yeah, this couch ain't nice.
Okay, we got to try these at the same time. Fettuccine gummy.
Oh, am I gonna puke?
Italy is losing its sleep. Oh, it's like sour? What the fuck? Why does it taste like Coke?
I was just gonna say that.
What the hell, Japan? You're crazy for it.
It tastes like Coca-Cola.
It must be Coca-Cola. I guess it does look like Coca-Cola on the front.
Oh, maybe fettuccine is just the name of the brand.
Oh, it's just like cutesy. Well, no, it's shaped like a fettuccine noodle. It's shaped like a noodle.
It's Coke.
Wild.
All right. Not bad. Not bad.
All right, now we're going to Weird Town, guys.
All right, milk candy.
Milk candy. And the logo is a horse in front, a cow in front of a windmill. You know.
Oh yeah, like everywhere in Japan. Actually, there might be those. I have no idea.
What,
Are there
windmills?
farms? There must be, right?
Yeah, there's farms everywhere. All right.
Oh, it's a hard candy.
It's a hard milk candy. I'm kind of expecting something.
Oh, tastes like a Werther's original.
Yes. Yes. Not offensive at all.
Which my mom just told me. They were in Scotland with their English friends, and they were calling it something else. What were they calling it?
Werther's 2, the sequel.
Let me text her, and she'll see if she'll answer me.
And then we got, of course, the delicious. I won't even open it because we all know they're the best. But these are the matcha Kit Kats. So that's your Japan haul, Shannon.
Wait. We need to do the wasabi.
Oh yeah, let's do the wasabi. Oh my God, Shannon just dropped a milk candy straight on her fucking couch. She's a freak.
Oh, they're like a light green. Lighter than I expected. Have you tried this one yet?
I have.
Oh yeah, you did.
Wasabi Kit Kat.
Oh.
It tastes nice at first.
Oh.
But I gotta have a wasabi kick at the end. But it's not really strong enough to be weird. I just wish it did a little more.
It's a lot better than I was expecting.
Now, I also brought you some ones that we've already opened. I hope you're okay with that. We have to try it. We have to give you a cheese gummy
I
with
might
Tom and
throw
Jerry
up.
on the front. You might throw up.
No, probably not, but I'm being dramatic. But this sounds disgusting.
She's like, ew. Then I said Tom and Jerry's on the front. She's like, oh.
cute.
I'll try it again. I forgot.
I don't like it.
It really does taste like cheese, though. It tastes like
I'm not a big
cheese
fan
and a
of
gummy
cheese,
merged.
like that type of cheese, like cheddar.
What else do we have in here?
Not as bad as you would think, but I would never choose to eat that.
Wait, is this the wasabi one?
Let me see the front.
There's this one that has no label or anything. Is this like a prank?
Oh, it's probably this.
Oh my God, I love those.
Oh,
Matcha Kit Kats, you guys, are
Should we open
spiritual. I don't know. Maybe this is it, though. Let me not have to open it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, we love a Matcha Kit Kat so much on this pod.
So bomb. They're better than the latte ones. I'm glad that you remembered that.
I didn't do those.
Oh, you didn't?
Yep. That's a good old Matcha Kit Kat. Divine. All I have left for you is Gummy Magic Stones, which my brother pointed out seems like a THC candy.
Oh, yeah. Or like magic mushrooms.
It's a nice little diamond. It's pretty.
Oh.
I just seem to remember these have a great texture. Yeah, they're very chewy, but a little hard. It's kind of like a high chew, but a lot harder.
They smell like something I know. What is that?
And they got a little cat on the package. So what more do you want?
My mom said that they called Werther's Originals boiled sweets.
Ooh.
So if there's any English people out there, is that a common thing? But she would say, did anyone want a boiled sweet?
No one does. No one ever
Those
has.
are pretty good. They taste like something I know.
Yeah.
Stone.
Yeah. I think I'm going to eat another one of these grapes. I think
Oh,
I'm
you
going
like-
to get these fake grapes.
I like some.
And here's my favorite Japanese letter. It's the one that looks like a guy who's smiling. I don't know what letter that is.
Oh,
but
that's cute.
he's
I've
cute.
seen that before.
He's cute. Damn, these grapes are crazy good. All right, guys, that's the pod.
Thanks for listening. Trigger
up?
warning.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hi there. Welcome to Danny's Super Quiet Show. I'm Danny. We got one heck of a show for you today. It's going to be really special. We've got a lot of good stuff planned right ahead. Today we're going to talk about a little website called me. Just kidding. It's called Reddit. But first, an ad from our sponsor. Our sponsor today is browsing Reddit while you're on work. You should be working, but instead you're on Reddit. That's our ad for today. Now back to the show. Hi there. Did you miss me? Thanks for tuning in today. We've got one heck of a show. Today we're going to be talking about the internet. I like to go on the internet. Here's one of my favorite sites. It's called Reddit. You can go on this site and basically it's got lots of cool stuff. Thanks for tuning in. That's the show. It was great to have you here. We'll see you next time on Danny's Super Quiet Show.